Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to Steveos Base Camp. Glad to have you. What's Crazy Stevo doing today? We're in the bee lab here. I'm doing a little bee sting therapy here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I've got 18 stings in me right now. I was working on some, looked like precancerous skin cancer stuff here. But the thing I'm trying to do is see if we can. I know I can take out cancer, skin cancer with, see if I can't catch another one here. I know I can take out skin cancer with bee venom. I've done it a bunch of times. And I went in with a fairly aggressive skin cancer, but I've since stopped all sugar in my diet. It just doesn't work. Sugar in my body does not work. I'm asking for trouble. Drinking any alcohol is asking for trouble. So I've quit all of it. Just stopped it. I don't need it. I don't crave it. The sugar, you get little cravings once in a while, but I think that is parasite load. They are craving it. They're actually controlling your friggin' skull. You crave it, you want it, you want to get to that ice cream, right? You want to get to that Snicker bar and that Dunkin' Donut, right? Well, once you get off of it totally, you go through kind of a hard time there. But you can supplement too with some fruit sugar, like watermelon. Watermelon works good. I picked up 3 of these. I wanted 6. I ordered 6 on Amazon. I don't know where they're made. They're reverse tweezers. I call them bee sting therapy tweezers. This is a really chintzy, lightweight one, and I'm finding these are pretty good because it doesn't smash the bee so much. Here I caught him by the abdomen here, so I don't know if he's going to be viable or not. Yeah, he was. There, I just pulled the stinger out of him. See if I can't catch another one. They're flying all up in this fluorescent light here. Yeah, here's one here. They're hard to catch. This looks like a, I don't know if he'll sting or not. Sometimes you grab them wrong, they don't sting. Yeah, he did. Yeah, he stung. There it is right there. Once I have them in there, I just grab them, pinch them out. They're toast. Once they lose their stinger, they're toast anyway, right? So I've been fooling around. I got my catching device that works pretty good. I took a ghee butter jar, glass. I've got a plastic one here, but I like this glass better. But it's not deep enough. I really need like a pint-sized jar, ball jar like this, and then you can put a few cotton balls in the bottom of it, and the bees will suck in. And you can see what I've got here. I've got a piece of 8 screen over this hole where the tubing is. I JB welded with quickset 5-minute epoxy, JB 5-minute epoxy. I welded it in there, and then I took a screwdriver, and I pushed that screen. Once it locked up tight, I came back the next day and pushed that screen out. That way I could recess my tubing. This is 1/2-inch OD tubing. Pushed it in there, and then I JB welded it. This hose here I put in a little deeper. This is where the bees come flying into the chamber, like so. You put a little cotton ball or towel, paper towel or something down there for a little cushion for them to land on. So anyway, these are cheap. I got 3 of these for $4 and change, Amazon Prime. These I've had for years. I had 3 of them, and I've lost 2, so I'm down to 1. So I bought more. The cheaper ones, actually, these were 3 for $4 and change. I ordered 6, and I got the last pack, the last 2, but they only had 1 pack. So they're going to reorder. I called them. They're going to reorder, and when they come in, just for the hassle, they said they'll just ship it free to me. They said credit, we'll put credit back on your credit card, and we will ship you when they come in from who knows where. These aren't marked at all. I'm quite sure they're China, but the spring is really weak, which is great because you don't want a tight spring, you'll squash them. This one here is pretty good quality. It's from Pakistan. It says stainless, Pakistan. But it's got a fairly good hard spring on it. Now, if you don't grab them by the thorax, you get them back by the back end, it'll crush them. And then the stinger doesn't come out where you want it. So, there, I got him. I've got a lot in this arm. I just look for any funky looking things on my skin that don't look too, you know, like possibly could be. I nailed that one dead center right there. Just little, you know, spots that could be pre-cancer. Does it hurt? Yeah, some of them burn like hell. Others not so bad. But I had a hive out here, was getting robbed out, and they were coming through that 7/8 hole on that swivel disc. I just stuck that tube right up in there, and they're just coming and pouring in and out of there, robbing resources out of there, what little honey's left in there. And I got the sucker tube going. I put one end in my mouth, and it doesn't take a lot of vacuum with this to suck those bees, and they'll come flying down this hose and right into that chamber. So that little device works slick for catching them. So then I said, well, then I tried to just put another lid on there and tilt the lid back and grab them with my tweezers as they come out. I was missing so many, it was ridiculous. So then I built this contraption this morning. This is nothing but 8 screen. It's about 4.5, 5 inches across here. And this little netting I got this down at Walmart in the camping section. This is a head net. Actually, I bought 2 of them because I've got one location where I have a trap on the waterfront, and the deer flies are just vicious. You must have just recently had a good hatch down there because they're just bouncing off your face like this. So I bought another one, pretty slick. You can actually pull it over my ball cap, and they won't be bothering you. Granted, they'll land on your arms and stuff, but the nice thing about deer flies is they're landing on your arm and they're just fixing to suck the blood out of you, and you just smash them. So that's therapeutic in itself right there, see? So you can have fun with that. They're kind of like, Florida deer flies are kind of like your Canadian black flies. They're about the same size. They bite, these things bite just as hard as the Canadian deer black flies. Down here in Florida, we call them deer flies. And they actually lay eggs in the salt water. And the larvae, they hatch and live in the salt water. So they put out what they call larvicide with a helicopter. Now, how much, I don't like any of this idea, because you're sitting there killing off. And I told the head man down there at the Pasco mosquito control place, I said, listen, bro, you guys are knocking off the bottom of the food chain there. All of the juvenile fish are eating that. Those in turn are the mud puppies and all that. Those mud puppies, guys, make great bait. They are tough as nails. You can actually put them in freaking fresh water. You can bring them home and put them in fresh water. You can't have chlorine in the water, but you can put them in fresh water off of a well. And them things are tough. They'll live right in a tote for days. I throw a bubbler in the water, but I don't even know if you need that, because they come up to the surface and get air. But I've caught great trout, cobia. I lip hook them things and throw them out there on a float. Phew. Anything swinging through there, trout, cobia, anything, any of their fish, they love those mud puppies. These things have been in quite a while, so I just take a knife or a credit card or something like that, and I just scrape out these stingers. They've already pumped all they're going to pump. Now, will this bee venom kill cancer cells within the body? Don't know. See, some of these are so deep. Some of these are so deep, guys. These bee stingers are in there so deep. I'm drawing blood. Right there. I'm drawing blood with it. This skin will clear up and look good after a day or two. Now tonight, I might be laying there in bed, and these stings I've got here on me, they may start itching. Don't scratch them. If you're doing this crazy stuff like I'm doing, the Steveos Chemo, that's what we're going to call it, the Steveos Chemo. Don't scratch at it. Don't irritate it. Leave it alone. If anything, take a couple aspirin if it bothers you that much. But I don't. I just lay there and ask the man, say, please, Lord, stop the itching. Let the venom do its work. Kill all cancer cells in my body. That's what I tell the main man. And my body, when I say that, I just get it's kind of just a calm feeling. And the itching goes away. It's really weird. The itching will go away. And I just lay there. And sometimes I put on, Miss Daisy don't like what I've been doing here lately. I've been putting on some, on my phone. I go to YouTube and I put on deep sleep stuff. I get says here, this one here says there's a ton of them out there, and you can just turn this on just about and lay it on the nightstand next to you and go to sleep. In 15-20 minutes you're going to fall asleep. It says here 5 minutes to Zen. They got a bunch of them, guys. Wife was saying, she said, that sounds spooky. I said, shut up and go to sleep. And so she don't say anymore. After I fall asleep, she'll get up, sneak around, and shut this phone off. Then I'll wake up a couple hours later because I don't hear this soothing music, right? Now I've been liking Amazon rainforest, thunder and lightning and rainstorms. I really like listening to that. I can sleep like a baby listening to a lightning and thunderstorm, guys. Rain coming down, hard rain. Drove her flipping crazy, guys. I told her, I said, you know, this is why men are from Mars and women are from Venus, okay? We're all on a different page, wavelength. So we have fun with that, arguing with that. But anyway, she'll get up, sneak around, and shut off my phone so she can go back to sleep. She said I was snoring the other night listening to this stuff. But yeah, I think, well, like I told you before, I know bee venom will kill cancer. Internally, don't know. I don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't. It's getting in deep. It's all the way in here. I'm drawing blood, as you can see here. I'm drawing blood since I pulled them out. That's how deep those stingers are going in. I understand you can do the same thing with yellow jacket venom. Now, yellow jackets, they got quite a wallop to it. I don't know how many of those you want, but you can set out the feeder like I do, you know, the hanging feeder. You can make a little harness with a string on a quart bottle, make your sugar water up, and you can set out your bee trap. You need your bee traps out there anyway, your bucket traps. Hang it above it, bottle about this high above, and it'll drip down on the lid. You'll have bees, hornets, everything flying all over this thing. So this thing of sucking them up in this little vacuum bottle I got here, I think it's probably just better for me to set up a quart bottle on my bee feeder out here when I want to do venom therapy. Just go out there and start snatching them off. They're right there. They're busy sucking up nectar, so it's nothing for me to just go in and grab them. I was grabbing them with these things. I was taking these things to the woods. Like I told you, I've got 17 of these traps out there, all over the place, all over this county. And every one of them, I had a feeder on them, and they were hitting them hard. Yellow jackets and bees, honeybees. I haven't been doing it. I just been lemongrassing them. That's plenty good. You don't need to do the sugar water thing. But I got to thinking about it. This is such a pain transferring them into this screen contraption I built. Spent an hour out there farting around putting that together. And the little head net thing I incorporated in there. That was only like $4 and change, whatever. But I think just setting up a feeder bottle, if I want venom therapy, go out and do this. But now, if you're in Michigan and you want to do Steveos Chemo in the winter time, you're going to need a beehive down in the basement, in the garage, whatever. Rig it up, rig a box up to where you got like 1.5 inch pipe, PVC pipe going to daylight outside the building. This way you can keep your hive inside, keep a feeder on it, keep it in a garage, in a basement, pass the tube out the window so they can come and go. And as you need bees, all you got to do is crack the lid and get in there and start popping out some bees, picking off bees with your venom tweezers, and go like that. So you can do that too. That way you can feed your bees there all winter long. They're protected inside of a warm building. You're going to have to put a heater in there or something, keep that colony warm, because you're not going to be able to go outside, obviously, and do what I'm doing here in Florida. I can do this bee thing out here, out back, year round. I mean, we get some cold days, yeah. We get some we get a few freezes here, frost, and where the bees aren't, here, just caught one going up the wall here. Now, you see this, when I pulled them, now there's some clear liquid coming out from, it's just your body trying to repair itself. There, I just put that one in right there. It looks like a little precancerous thing. I'm not sure what that is, but it's not cancer like I've had here and there and inside the ear. Buddy of mine, he had a cancer right here. Typical. Look, he said, he had a doctor check it. They said, yeah, it's cancer. You need to go over here to a surgeon, cut it out. He said, I didn't want him whacking a big core of meat out of my freaking cheek. He said, I got the tweezers and went out and stung it. He said it hurt like a bastard. Of course, you guys beekeep much. You've been hit in the face. You know how painful that is, right? But he did it. And he put about 5 stings in his face. He said, it hurt like a son of a bitch. But in a few days, he said, he noticed it was lifting around the edges. About a week later, he said that whole cancerous tumor popped right off. Just fell off. It doesn't, the bee venom, it doesn't damage the tissue, you know, your human tissue. But the cancer, it can't survive it. It just can't survive it. Now, why isn't there more in big pharma going on? They're fooling with a lot, but I don't think they can figure it out, because what they're doing is rigging up plates, glass plates, and shoving them in front of a beehive. And on there, they've got little rods on top of, metal rods on top of the glass. And then every so often, when the bees are crossed, you got a lot of them on there, they will hit it with electricity and put a little current through them bees. Immediately, them bees drop their butt to that, through there, and start stinging that glass. So you got liquid venom flowing across there. After they do it a while, they pull that glass plate, they'll pull another glass plate under and retrieve some more. They'll freeze that venom. Then they take a razor blade, like a single edge razor blade, and they'll scrape that glass. And it's like a white powder, that it turns to like a white powder, that venom. Then they do whatever, preservative or whatever, and they store it. But what I've heard, it loses something in that freezing and thawing and administering, because they're loading it in a hypo and squirting it in. We had a guy down here in South Florida, down by the Everglades, that was raising, I mean, all kinds of snakes. I forget the dude's name. He was like a doctor. He collecting venom from all kinds of different snakes, all the common Florida snakes. He was doing venom collection on cobras, Kaboon vipers, black mambas, you name it, he had it. And he had a few fingers, he had 1 or 2 of his fingers were just all Frankenstein from and then I think he got one bobbed off, cut off, gangrene, they had to cut it off. And then these tips, getting venom hits. But yeah, so this one's been in long enough. Scrape it out, done. Now what's going to happen on these, a lot of them, you will get a white pussy head on that stinger. Do not, I repeat, do not pop it. The temptation is to pop it. No, you're going to get it, you're going to get an infection. Leave it alone. Your body will absorb that. In a day or so it'll be gone. And then you're taking a shower every day and you're washing your whole body off with a wash rag, right? And you may knock that little It's a real thin little pus cap on it. And your body will clean it up. So don't worry about that. As long as you're not, you know, hypersensitive to bee venom, you shouldn't have any issues with what I'm doing. But I'm not telling you to do any of this stuff. I'm just showing you what I do. Maybe you can pick the ball up and run with it. I don't know. I don't care. Okay? You do what you want to do and just have fun with it. Okay? So that's about all I got. The bees are struggling. The storms, thank God, have not hit me yet. We haven't had any hurricanes or anything serious yet, so what we got to, I mean, it happens right about September 15th. We'll have one coming barreling down the pike, either out of the Gulf of America heading east, or one over to the east heading west. And they're like a freight train coming off of Africa, just one after the other, spinning off of Africa. We've had a lot of east wind coming off of Africa with a lot of dust. So I'm getting a lot of warthog dust up my nose over here in Florida. But that dust is holding down any big storm production. That dust tampers it down for some reason. Don't know the history or whatever science behind that. All I know is that dust dampens any storm action. Anyway, yeah, these stingers, don't be popping them. Just leave them alone. You'll be fine. They'll go away, and you can take in at night, all these here, before I go to bed, I massage in some Jamaican castor oil, cold press Jamaican castor oil in there. That is excellent for your skin. Also, I'm getting a belly wrap. I needed something to do with this belly, right? I am doing something for it because I'm cutting out the stupid ice cream I was eating, and you're just asking for it, guys. You're asking for cancer. Eating all that sugar, not good, but it's so addictive. It's just like crack cocaine. You eat that stuff and you're just like hooked. And you'll be craving it for days. But you can take a pinch of Celtic sea salt or regular pink Himalayan salt, a pinch, and put it on your tongue and just leave it lay there. The cravings, whatever weird reason, they just go away. They just go away. Then you take a hit of filtered water and wash it down, right? The cravings just seem to go away with that little salt pinch trick. I learned that from, I don't know, I think Ken Berry taught me that one, and it works. It works pretty slick. I like that Ken Berry guy. He's got a lot of common sense stuff. He still is a primary care physician, as far as I know. He has a farm now in Tennessee he's trying to do. I got a bee crawling up my leg right now. Oh, there you are, you little pot licker. Gotcha. He was heading for my boys, and I didn't want that little bee girl playing with my boys, so I just gave her a pinch. That's all I got for you today, guys. I hope all is well in your world. Hang in there, where things are going to get better. Things can't be too serious with my surgeon. I had an appointment set up. Now he don't want to see me till 2nd of September. He's going on a hunting and fishing expedition or something, who knows what. He could be chasing hookers. I don't know what he's doing. But he can't see me. He moved my date up to visit him till September. So anyway, in the meantime, I've been doing this. I've hit this arm now. I've been hitting it every other day. That seems to work out pretty good. I'm doing both arms, so I can get some penetration of the Steveos Chemo, and hopefully any creepy crawler cancer cells that are swimming through. All of us have got them. We all have cancer cells swimming through us. And the more sugar and junk we eat, the more booze and whatnot we do, the more it's going to affect us. I mean, let's face it. I have ordered a belly wrap. A belly wrap for... Miss Daisy thinks I've really lost my mind on this one. But I've been doing some researching on it. And it can penetrate, that castor oil can penetrate the belly wall and get in there deep to where the parasites are hiding. And it works on the eggs too. Plus I do some diatomaceous earth, teaspoon of that in 8 ounces of water every few days to kill out the parasite eggs in the gut tract. So we got to stay on top of this stuff. I've seen so many situation where parasites and cancer, and I'm sure cancer and parasites go hand in hand. It's like varroa mites and hive beetles and viruses. They all come in hand. When you get those critters in a beehive, they're carrying a boatload of viruses with them, and it just affects the bees. I have them still crashing. I don't know how many I'm going to end up with. I do know that September 15th, when my Brazilian pepper pops, of course, hurricanes are going to start popping. But at that point in time, we get a lot of swarms. So I got to be really, prior to September 15th, I'm going to lure up everything again. And that should take me right on into the end of the season with swarm catching. But I should catch quite a few in September. I did last fall, and right at the end there, was starting to catch them. And then I went in at whole hog 1st of March, end of February, 1st of March. All the spring swarms started happening. I was catching a bunch of them. And I'm going to keep it up. Although I'm going to leave the traps out year round. In Florida, there's a chance you could get a swarm year round. Now, you're not going to do that in Michigan or wherever it gets cold, Canada. But here in Florida, yeah, you can. It's quite amazing. And if a beekeeper was living down around the Everglades down there, I think you could run a long time with that, because I was making Metalluca honey back in the 70s down there in Naples in late November and into December. Yes, one year there I made 100 pounds per hive, and I had a bunch of them down there. That honey smells terrible, and it doesn't taste good. But what was crazy, I was at a Cracker Barrel here a while back, and I looked at that dark honey they got in those little peel back packs, and I had a craving for a buttermilk biscuits. You know, they throw those around like popcorn, and I had a craving for that, and I said, well, let me just pour some of this on as buttermilk biscuits. It was pure punk, guys. Punk honey. Metalluca. Pure punk. Not cut with nothing. I said, how in the world are these people getting away with this? But you put it on a buttermilk biscuit, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. And I used to get 2 cents, guys, get this, 2 cents less. They call it bakery grade. 2 cents less for my punk honey than I did top grade water white orange. Go figure. Of course, obviously, I was getting screwed in the backside for that deal. But I'm talking 70s, guys. I don't know what's happening today down there. I'm not into bulk hunting anymore anyway. I'm just a pissing around backyard beekeeper anymore. So I'm just here to try to keep you guys entertained. I hope I'm entertaining a little bit. I hope all's well in your world. I hope you're cancer free. Keep prayers on Steve-O that he's cancer free. There's something swimming around in Steve-O with these numbers elevating slightly. I'll know more, but I'm doing things right now. I'm doing things right now to kill any cancer in my body. One, I'm going to starve it out for one thing, because I'm not going to feed it sugar. We're not going down that road anymore. They say, "Oh, Steve, go ahead and have a little bit, have a little." Yeah, like, go ahead and have a little crack, or what's that one that's killing people with just a little bit? Fentanyl. Yeah, let's have a little bit of that. Don't get a lot, just a little bit of fentanyl. Or just a little bit of strychnine. Don't get crazy with the strychnine now, just a little bit. That's where we're at today, guys. That's where we're at today with all the big pharma shenanigans and this and that. So they'll probably take this video down. So Steve-O, you are running your mouth too much and big pharma don't like it. We're gonna have to shut your stupid ass down. You're way too mouthy. You're talking too much shizit, and we don't like you talking about cancer. Cancer, guys, is one, if you think about it, is one hell of a money maker. Why didn't I think of that? Why didn't I think about promoting everybody getting cancer instead of promoting honeybees? I don't know. Maybe I think differently than some people. But I know what you guys like, okay? So keep coming back to Steveos channel. We'll keep going down, exploring. We'll keep going down the lane there, exploring ways, cheap ways to fix things. How's that? See you on the next one. Be happy, be strong. Definitely, guys, be happy. See ya.